but they took and killed them. And then after this came to light, we found out that Norfolk up there, Norfolk Peta group, finds homes for about 13% of their animals, when the other humane societies in that area tend to find homes for 85, 75, or 65% of their animals. So they're finding homes for very few and basically killing a great deal of what they bring in.
This is PETA's animal record for 2003 from the state of Virginia. PETA in that year killed 1,911 animals. Now, they spayed and neutered a lot. They spayed and neutered about 6,000 or so. But they took in 2,225 animals. They killed 1,911 of them. What is that, about 85%, 84%? I'm just flabbergasted that PETA kills animals. You wouldn't think it's true, but it is.
I mean, it is sort of a death cult, too. You have to understand that the premise of what they do at PETA is we have to kill them to save them. Because people are bad, these animals are in trouble, so we have to take care of them. We have to do society's dirty work.
We don't take that too kindly here in northeastern North Carolina.
Well, the internal contradictions, the people-hating aspect of animal rights activists is obvious. Look, we all hate people. I mean, you know, anybody who's exposed to a lot of people hates people. You know, there's got to be a better outlet for this. Can't you just be rude, you know, or acerbic, you know, or drink too much or something? You know?
It was very, very disturbing when I saw that PETA was trying to put a spin saying that they were teaching humane euthanasia.
If PETA is nothing else, it's the master of spin. PETA can take its worst press day and turn it into a victory for animals. And I think it'll do that with North Carolina.
We haven't gone down there to say, hello, we're an adoption agency. We're not. We are the shelter of last resort.
You know, it's not something I would personally do, but compassionately euthanize them. I don't like how they were very disrespectful to bodies afterwards, but those animals had a much grimmer fate awaiting them.
What's so interesting about that organization is that they will talk about ending suffering all the time. They will never talk about saving a life. And if you read the website, on the website it says the kindest thing you can do for a cat that doesn't have a home is take it into a shelter and have it humanely euthanized.
You know, if you're killing an animal, I don't care if it's to beautiful music. I don't care if it's with pretty floral wallpaper. I don't care if they're killed on velvet sheets. They're killed. And that is not our right. It is not ours.
And I say it's not euthanasia, it's killing. And hopefully one day it'll be considered murder.
The whole ethic of animal rights was probably best summed up by PETA's president, Ingrid Newkirk. As she said in a speech that if anybody wonders what's with all these reforms that we're pushing, here's the goal. It's 3 words.
Total animal liberation, and the day when everyone believes that animals are not ours to eat, not ours to wear, not ours to experiment, and not ours for entertainment or any other exploitive purpose.
It means you don't get to eat meat, period. It means no milk, no circuses, no rodeos, no zoos, no aquariums. It means no wool, no fur, no leather, no silk. This tie is a no-no, apparently. PETA has a vice president named Mary Beth Sweetland. This woman has been with PETA for 15, 20 years. She's a lifer in the movement. She's got insulin diabetes. She has to inject herself every day in order to survive and live. Now, until just a few years ago, this insulin was actually an animal product. And the technology and the insulin itself was tested on animals.
You yourself are an insulin diabetic, and insulin is something that would never have been brought to the public without animal testing. How do you reconcile that, and isn't that a little hypocritical to say that all animal testing is bad science when you owe your own life to it?
This is David Martosco of the Center for Consumer Freedom. He receives millions of dollars from the tobacco company and the food industry to fight PETA. That's all he does is fight PETA.
If it weren't for animal testing, this woman wouldn't have survived half as long as she did. But she says she's not a hypocrite. Look up hypocrite in the dictionary. There's a little engraved picture of Mary Beth Sweetland right there on page 312. She's a huge hypocrite. And I think a lot of people in the animal rights movement will do that when it suits them. Pam Anderson, great example. Big PETA spokesperson. She's carrying on and complaining. Every time she loses a step in her career, she needs some free publicity. She calls up PETA and says, get me on a TV show, get me on a billboard, whatever. So we have, it's not that she's terrible to look at, but we have to listen to her complain about Kentucky Fried Chicken. I'm tired of that. Pam Anderson's a huge hypocrite. Think about it. This is a woman who complains in letters to KFC about chickens that are bred, and I use her word, to be artificially top-heavy. Hello? Artificially top-heavy? Pam Anderson, line 1. This woman is artificial everything. Peroxide in the hair, tested on animals. Breast implants, tested on animals. She's even got collagen injections in her lips, which are animal tissue most of the time. Could you get a bigger hypocrite to endorse PETA?
When it comes down to it, we're all hypocrites. If we live on this planet, we're doing something that's with animal experimentation, eating meat sometime or other, doing something. So we have absolutely no right attacking someone. Example, when PETA goes after Jason Alexander for Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then turns around and endorses Martha Stewart and puts this great big thing on the internet. We signed Martha Stewart for PETA, and she's cooking chicken every day.
It's a good thing.
It's giving a mixed message. I mean, it's like PETA is so much into trying to get a celebrity that they don't care about their message.
Growing up in Hollywood, you just want, God, they're all such goddamn narcissists.
I personally am someone who doesn't wear wool, leather, silk, or eat animals.
Sometimes I think they pick the organizations based on who's going to like them best and, give them the... Whose gala is gonna, am I gonna get to wear the best dress to?
I'm amazed at these intelligent celebrities that do research on movies.
PETA for one, which I strongly support.
I have been involved with PETA. I did a campaign or two for them.
I support PETA.
PETA, I do support PETA.
I'm very happy to be a part of PETA.
PETA can blow me.
You'll see a celebrity endorse two different groups that actually contradict one another.
And so as long as celebrities are willing to attach their name to PETA and not think through what's going on there, PETA will continue to be regarded as an upfront, decent organization, which I'm not sure it is anymore.
I gotta applaud Beth Atrosky.
Oh, yeah.
Beth Atrosky.
Howard
I
Stern's
can't
girlfriend.
really name any other celebrity. They're very kind-hearted to do it, but Beth is like the only one that I can think of that does her research, and she's hands-on.
After meeting the North Shore Animal League and going there on a regular basis, and how it's a no-kill organization, I am so proud to offer my name and to be a spokesperson, to spread the word. And so many people attach their name on something, they don't really know anything about it. I know everything about this place, and there's not one thing about this place that I'm not proud to promote. Why do you make a donation?
Because I wanted to stop cruelty to animals.
Stop cruelty to animals.
As to why actors have such an affinity for animals, I think a lot of it has to do with, one, just if you're successful, you want to help out someone who's less successful than yourself, who's less well taken care of. And animals, certainly fall in that category. But I also think, too, that if you become an actor, you've walked over glass at some point in your life. There's been a period where you've gone through something that would make you want to suffer the slings and arrows that it takes to become an actor. It's so hard, and much less become a successful actor.
I've fallen in love with so many.
If I were president, I would propose a constitutional amendment giving dogs and cats constitutional rights, as they couldn't be abused, they couldn't be killed, they couldn't be harmed any more than individual human beings could.
The cool thing about working with animals is they give 190 back for the 10% of time or energy that any of us might have to give to them.
I mean, deep down, I think that most people love animals, and no one wants to be involved in animal cruelty and animal suffering.
And until we respect the animals, how can we respect one another?
No, it's an issue that's obviously like any good cause. It's just worth bringing the public's awareness to it.
I think if the celebrities knew the integral workings of certain organizations, they would not support them. I think most people wouldn't, especially with companion animals. I know that food animals are a whole different story, and that's a whole very sad, important story. But with companion animals, the American public does not want to see them die. They want them to live.